Hello, happy Sunday. How are you, my lockdowners? It's so good to have you join me again today. Thank you so much for being here with me today and every day so far. I'm so excited to be in this space, holding this space for all of us during this time and sharing just wisdom and tips that will help us all stay calm, grounded, and happy and help us become the very best versions of ourselves, because that is what the world needs right now. The world needs us to be happy and healthy and show up and serve each other. So again, my name is Teresa Coltrane and I am a positive mindset and lifestyle coach. I'm a certified coach. I'm also a mentor coach for my coaching school, and I truly love to coach and serve others in this way. So during this time, I just wanted to create space every day and join you every day to just speak from my heart and just share all of my favorite lifestyle tips, success tips with you as you are on lockdown. It's a perfect time to start integrating these healthy little habits and tips into your life so that when we are up and running back out in the world again, we can be the very best versions of ourselves and be happy, healthy, and thriving. So that is my goal, to just be here with you, inspire you, and to just bring light into your life right now during this unforeseen time. So I'm really excited about today's topics. I'm going to be diving into some planning, but before I get started, just in case you're new, tuning in with me, so I wanted to share a little bit about my why and how I started to become a life coach. So actually about 12 years ago, my father died from pancreatic cancer, which was a really tough year, a very unexpected event that happened for me and my family, and there was a lot of unknowns, and then he passed away in the fall, October of 2008. A week after that, I went back to work and got let go from my job, and then a week after that, the stock market crashed in 2008. So I found myself to be in this very scary, unknown place in my life. Everything was completely flipped upside down. Nothing was certain, and I was in a very scary, sad, almost lonely time as well. So I went through a lot of hardships and really dove into self-development. And what I found when I started to create a very strong relationship, loving relationship with myself, and started to work on self-development, I was able to make it through this really rough, unforeseen time in my life. After that, I also was married and divorced and lost another job. So 7 years of just kind of really self-development, just working on myself and really kind of getting through all the dark stuff. There was a light at the end of the tunnel. And as I was going through this journey, I felt so inspired to want to hold the space and shine a flashlight and help others on their journey through unexpected times as well. So that is my why I became a life coach. And I'm feeling really called to serve right now because of everything that's happening with COVID-19, everything that's happening with the market. There's a lot of people who are scared. There's a lot of unknowns right now. So I just want to hold your hand and hold space for you and let you know it's going to be okay. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even though we can't see it now. And the most important thing that we can all do now is to take care of each other by first taking care of ourselves and then also serving our community around us. So but to do that is self-development. So I'm really happy to be here holding this space every day. So a little quick recap of everything I've been talking about. So if you're just tuning in today for the first time, go back in time, watch some of my other videos, because I've been taking you all on a really fun journey of self-development. So we've talked a little bit about doing a life inventory. So this is a perfect time to take, tabs in your life. What's going on? What's working? What's not working? What do you need to change that will make you feel happier, more grounded, and successful in life? So this is a perfect opportunity to take time to do that life inventory. And I even have a free link on my link in bio, so feel free to go check that out. After you do the life inventory, we talked a lot about reconnecting with your top 5 values. So what are your top 5 values now for who you are and where you are in your life? That is so important to find, because what we were talking about yesterday is that people, most of the time when they're feeling stuck or unhappy, it usually means that you've been disconnected to your values. And all of us should be living every day by our values, because it's what makes us happy and whole in life. And remember how important it's so important for us to feel happy and whole, so that we go out into the world and share that happiness and joy, and also share the special gifts that we have that we can only have access to when we are feeling happy, whole in life. So your life inventory, your top 5 values, once you've got those figured out, yesterday we started talking about creating non-negotiables. So non-negotiables are going to be something that you are incorporating in your everyday life that you do that is in line with helping you live by your values. So that could be health, so physical fitness, it could be meditation, something that you do every day for you that helps you to live in alignment with those values. So again, that you stay happy, healthy, and non-stressed, right? We need to make sure our immune systems are strong right now. And one way of doing that is to make sure you're feeling happy and lit up and whole in life. So those are kind of the recaps of all the different videos I've been doing every day. So the next thing I want to talk about, which I'm super excited about, and you guys, I'm a total nerd. I love planning and organizing. There's nothing that makes me more happy than having everything organized and in an orderly way. And back in a past life, I was actually a project manager. I love helping people stay on track. I love making plans. I love, just keeping things organized. Even though most of the time life is not going by a plan, it does feel better to just have more organization and have a little more planning. So I want to talk to you about a tip that I do that helps me stay grounded every day. I know maybe some of you, if this is your first time working from home, you may feel a little distracted or may feel kind of just not like you're in the right rhythm yet of working from home if you're used to going to your office. So there's a lot to kind of get used to, but something that I have found that really, really grounds me every day, keeps me focused, makes sure I'm getting everything I need to get done, is I actually write out my to-do list the night before. So this sounds very simple, but I'm telling you, right before I go to bed, or even like a little bit before bed, I will sit down at my computer with my little book here. This is like my lifeline. And I know we have our phones to kind of put things in, but there's something about that brain connection of like writing things down. But I love to look at my calendar on my computer, and then I actually write out my day in my little planner for the next day. So I do this the night before. I do this for a couple of reasons. One, it helps me be in line with what to expect for the next day, like how much energy I need to do, when I need to have my lunch ready, what time I need to be ready for the day. So I already kind of know, it already gives me that way of kind of just knowing what I'm walking into. So I feel more proactive rather than reactive to my day. And it just allows me just to be organized and know what's happening. The other reason why I do this is it takes everything out of my mind and it puts it all on paper so that I can sleep better and rest better and not feel like I have to carry around all of these things in my head to try to remember what it is that I'm trying to do. Also, the other reason why I love it too is then the next day when I sit down to go to work, I already know what I'm doing. I don't sit there and waste 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes trying to figure out what I need to do for the day. I already know, and I'm already starting working, and I'm already like focused and tuned in for the day. So these lists are really powerful. It seems kind of like a very simple task, but it's really something cool to get yourself in the habit of doing. And today is Sunday. So Sunday is one of my favorite days to kind of just plan out the week too. I love to sit down and check out my week, see what's happening on each day, see all the different things I need to get done. And so the other cool thing that I like to do is I like to make a master list. So there's a few different ways you can do this. So one is like, I always kind of call it like a brain dump. So if you've never done this before and you notice you have a lot of things going on in your head, really just sit down, grab a piece of paper and just dump out onto the paper everything that you have to do for your career. And you can also make something for your personal list as well. And just get everything out of your brain that you've been thinking about, like ruminating over, just get it all on the paper. Then once it's all on the paper, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go through and highlight some of the most important things that have to get done. Once you do that, then you're gonna start pulling off items from those lists, the most important things, and then you're gonna start scheduling it into your daily activities so that you start to kind of handle things. One of the worst things that people do, including myself, especially if you're a perfectionist, we tend to just be like, oh my gosh, we have all this and we're gonna make this huge giant to-do list for the day, and we barely get through it, and then we feel bad, and then we self-sabotage, and it's just not a really productive way of doing it. So the good thing is just you can create that master list, get it all down on paper, and then slowly take off little pieces. Some people like the method of just writing down 3 things for the day, and so doing the first thing, doing the most important thing first, and then once that's done, you can move to bullet number 2, then number 3. And I always say start with the hard stuff first. A lot of times people leave the hardest stuff last, and it just perpetuates and it gets worse and harder. So just do whatever it is you don't want to do that first, get it over with and get it done, so then you can move on freely without feeling heavy, like you don't want to do something on your list. So that's another tip as well. But also when you're making your list too, don't forget about your non-negotiables. That is really important, guys. The non-negotiables, I can't stress enough, are super, super important. And that's where you want to start scheduling that in. So if this is your first time doing it today, sit down and I want you to schedule in your non-negotiable. So like look at what you have to do for tomorrow, but then you need to put in place for the non-negotiable time. So if that's your physical fitness, if it's meditation or meal prepping, whatever it is for you that's going to help you stay calm and grounded, make sure you create that on your list here for your non-negotiables. So I'm going to challenge you to do that today. Today is Sunday. I know it's Sunday fun day. Maybe you're hanging out with family and friends. That's totally awesome. But later on this evening, before you get into bed, kind of just give yourself a little time to prepare yourself. And again, this is just helping you not feel like you're in reactive mode. A lot of times we just feel in reactive mode because everything's so busy. But again, maybe this non-negotiable thing could also be your schedule planning too. And that's what I did too. Every night it's a non-negotiable that before I go to sleep, I connect with my day for the next day and I put everything down here. So, okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed these tips and I'm challenging you to start trying it today and try it throughout this week. And just enjoy it, have fun with it, enjoy getting organized, enjoy allowing yourself to feel balanced and healthy. And again, I just want to send a very special thank you to all the doctors and nurses and police force and everyone who's working so hard to keep us safe during this time. And just again, everybody stay home and just stay healthy, be with your friends and family, do whatever you can to stay calm and help your immune system stay strong. And I look forward to being on this space with you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to be talking about accountability. That's a biggie, but that's a part of all this work as you're kind of implementing all these new cool healthy practices. While we're on this lockdown, we're going to talk about accountability. That's going to circle us back to boundaries, maybe even having some difficult conversations that are really going to help you get in alignment with living your life by your values and feeling happy and successful. So thank you again so much for tuning in and being here with me today. I love you and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.